On the way home from the dermatologist just a few minutes ago, before lunch, I couldn't help but think about a number of things that have to do with life, learning, success, um, cooperation, everything involved in a purposeful and meaningful life. And you think about those things while you're in the car and you're alone, and we talked about that before. Before I go any further, today is Tuesday. Uh, it is the 19th of November. This is journal number 230, and this is transplant plus 231. And as I thought about, oddly enough, was Van Halen, um, and right now his his hit release right now, and there are a couple of stories that go along with that, uh, but I won't bore you with those. But it's a favorite piece of mine, and I've listened to it often enough so that I really don't need the radio to put it on in my head. And I was thinking about the song, and right now, and the immediacy of that, and realized how that was juxtaposition to what I just experienced at the dermatologist's office. Now, as many of you have know through the blog already, I'm dealing with a bout of graft versus host disease, and one of the ways it manifests itself is through skin discoloration, topical dermatitis, or a rash um, across the trunk of my body. And it's not a big deal. I mean, it's being treated. We're taking medication for it. I don't expect it to last a terribly long time. Hopefully the ulcers in my throat are clearing up as well. I know it's gotten marginally easier for me to swallow, which is a good sign. Uh, but it doesn't happen overnight. It didn't take one evening or one day or 1 hour for it to occur. It occurred over time, and it's going to take time to go away, which is the antithesis of right now, right? It's like you have to be patient, and I'm not really good at patience, especially when a dermatologist has found some other things that she wanted to freeze in my body, but was reluctant to do so until the dermatitis went away, until the GVHD was cleared up. And I don't blame her for that. I'd rather be cautious myself. Certainly don't need one thing complicating another, which also feeds into what I was thinking about while I was riding home. And that is the role of patience in achieving mastery. And I mean, it's something that I'm very familiar with because I'm not terribly good at it. I'm not terribly good at patience. It took me a long time to reconcile the fact that when I procrastinate, and I do, um, perhaps more than I should, that's usually for a reason. It's usually my subconscious telling me that something isn't quite soup yet, something's not completed, something's not finished, it's not fully thought out. But the fact of the matter is, to be successful, there are times when you must be patient and diligent and determined, and we're not terribly good at that as a species, I think. Uh, we want immediate gratification. That's what we've been taught by marketing and by advertising. And we want everything right now. And it doesn't work that way. It's just not that simple. Uh, in his brilliant book, Mastery, talks a lot about plateauing. And if you've worked out, if you've tried to achieve anything in life, whether it's academically or it's physically as far as workouts are concerned, or whether it's in a relationship or not, you recognize very quickly, very early on, time. Is that you have moments where your acceleration, your growth are vertical. The trend line proceeds along very, very, very smoothly, and then all of a sudden it goes way up. The problem is, once it goes way up, it stops. And it's not uncommon for it to actually drop a little bit, go on again for a long time, as you continue to apply yourself, as you continue to throw yourself into whatever it is that you're working on, whatever endeavor you're involved in. And those periods of plateauing that help you achieve the next period of extreme growth, quick, vertical growth, until you reach the next plateau. And that's, in many cases occurs the same way when you begin to change your eating habits and you watch your weight go down. It occurs when you're lifting weights and all of a sudden you have a breakthrough and you can bench or squat or deadlift exponentially more weight. It happens if you're playing ball, if you're sports. It's pretty much a fact of life. It takes that period of time for your body to adjust to whatever level you've achieved, and your mind to adjust to whatever level you've achieved before it's ready to make that next jump to the next level. And one of the great problems with that is our need for immediate and instant gratification. Our need to see, feel, to experience immediate gratification. And that's just not the way things are likely to happen. Because it takes effort, it takes energy, it takes work, and it does take adjustment. And all those things translate into patience. And what you see in life, if you look around carefully, if you look closely enough, you'll see how many people quit. People stop. How many people get discouraged? How many people throw their hands up in disgust and say it's not worth it? When in fact they have no idea whether or not it's worth it or not because they haven't gotten there yet. And the interesting thing is that a plateau ceases to be a plateau if you don't continue to work, because you just fall back to where you were on the previous step rather than maintaining a higher level of performance or a higher level of awareness or a higher level of appreciation. It doesn't matter what adjective you choose. What matters is the result, keeping your eye on the prize, keeping your vision clear and in front of you, and backing that vision up with the energy that comes from the creative tension from pursuing your goal, moving towards that vision, moving towards success in anything you do. So the secret is not to get discouraged. The secret is to continue to apply yourself, recognizing the plateau is not the end point. It's resting for the next great leap in awareness or performance, accomplishment, and should be nourished to appreciate what you've done, come from. So take a minute, go to whoever supplies you your music, find Van Halen, get a hold of Right Now, listen to it, use it to energize you, but don't use it as an excuse to give up. Take its message to heart and keep working. Keep working for a better tomorrow, for a better future. Keep working for more, greater success, awareness, understanding. And I think you'll be really satisfied with how things work out from there. In the meantime, stay well, take care, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.